every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! My name is Ruta and welcome to the 114th day of my challenge, where I am really excited because I'm gonna try a recipe which Laura says they eat around Easter time, and it's actually quite close to Easter, so I feel like I'm right on point with this one, and it's pizza rustica. Now, before we get into the ingredients, I have to mention a couple of them because two of them I made in advance. That is pizza dough, and as I have a video where I show all the ingredients and what to do step by step, I will leave just the link in the description box rather than showing in this video how to make pizza dough. And by the way, I was shocked when I looked in my freezer yesterday and I couldn't find even one ball of pizza dough, which normally I always have, so I fixed that mistake. So now I have already ready pizza dough, so that's one. The other thing, if you didn't know it already, I am a person who makes cheese at home. And not because I'm like some fancy person who just wants to make cheese at home. Nope. I just cannot find ricotta, which is called in this recipe, where I live right now, which is Iran. And I was skipping recipes for a really long time. Whenever there was a ricotta, I was just immediately skipping that recipe until they kind of collected, and I don't know, it was like this breaking point for me when I just Googled, found out that it's not that really, well, complicated to make it at home, and I started making cheese at home. So again, I won't show how I made that because I do have a video with all that craziness, so I will leave that link in the description box as well. And the other two ingredients I want to mention are the ones which I will be substituting with something else just because I couldn't find the exact ones, which is dry mozzarella and hard salami. Again, I just couldn't find anything which would be even close to that, so I'll just use some other cheese I have and some salamis I just picked out, totally based on how they looked like. They're not hard, but they looked yummy, so I will use those. So now let's go over the ingredients and let's get started. We're gonna need 2 bowls of pizza dough, 1 kilo of ricotta, 4 eggs, 80 grams of freshly grated Parmesan, 100 grams of mozzarella, chopped, 100 grams of some other dry cheese, chopped, 300 grams of salami, chopped, some olive oil, and salt and pepper. I should start by preparing the baking pan, but I'm just so excited. I want to start with the filling. And what I'm gonna do, I will take ricotta and the eggs. I'm gonna season them with salt and pepper, lots and lots of ground pepper, and just mix to combine. Now, originally Laura didn't use salt whatsoever, but I know that my cheeses aren't as salty, so I know for sure that I do need some salt. Okay, and now I will mix in all the cheeses, Parmesan, mozzarella, and the other dry cheese, and the salami. I really suggest taking a bigger bowl because that would be way easier to mix. Okay, so now the baking pan. I'll use the exact same thing Laura did, which is 23 centimeters in diameter spring form pan, which just basically means that, you know, it opens and it has a removable bottom, which I'm gonna wrap with aluminum foil from outside so that in case anything spills or anything, it would hold it. And then I will take some olive oil and a pastry brush, and I'm gonna brush all the bottom and all the sides all the way up with the olive oil. Touching the pizza dough, I will just quickly run and turn my oven to preheat to 190 degrees. Okay, so now I'm ready to get my hands dirty. I have one ball of pizza dough right here, and I will now roll it out so that it would be enough to cover the bottom and the sides of the baking pan, as well as have a little bit overhanging over the sides. And you can do it in whichever way you know the best, using rolling pin or hands. I will just practice Laura's method for now. I cannot believe it actually worked. This is the first time that this whole stretching out with hands worked. I'm so excited. Okay, I think now it's enough of the dough to actually cover the springform pan. So I'll just lay it inside, but don't stretch it. Just carefully lay it down. Okay, and it is kind of falling inside, so what you want to do, just take your filling and add it in so that it holds the shape. And now, let's roll out the second ball of pizza dough. And this one is for these strips. So now just take your pizza cutter and cut it into thin strips. But before actually laying the strips, you do want to take some olive oil and brush the top and inside, what you can see, of the pizza dough with some olive oil so that the strips would stick to that. So now I'll just take strips and lay them across, and then like that in a lattice pattern. And before moving on to the next strip, I will be sure to kind of pinch it on the bottom so to seal it to the sides dough so that it would stick. Okay, now you want to cut off all the excess. And the last step before putting it into the oven is drizzling the top and brushing it all over with some olive oil. Perfect. So now I will put it on another baking sheet so that if anything it would splash on that, and put it into the oven for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Oh my goodness! This is the cutest thing I've ever done. This looks like the most adorable pie ever, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. I'm like so in love with how it looks like. So I just took it out from the oven and it's really hot. And before I actually take it out, slice it up and try it, I need to let it cool down completely, which should take around 3 hours or so. So see you in a second. god, look at this thing! Does this look impressive or what? And you know the interesting thing is, I waited the whole 3 hours and it's still warm. Though it does keep its shape. That's why you need to let it cool down, otherwise if you were to cut into it right away, it would just, you know, kind of ooze out. But now it does hold its shape. I love this pattern on the top. I've never done anything looking like this cute and fancy at the same time. I'm so curious about the taste. I'm so curious. Okay, I don't even know how I'm supposed to eat. I really want some pizza dough as well though. Okay, let's try. That so reminds me of something. That's such a... it's a very comforting and homey taste. That's so weird. I definitely never ate anything like this. What is this? It tastes so familiar. It's so good. It's slightly warm. I love when things are slightly warm. I don't like eating totally cold things. That's such a nice taste. I'm so curious now what it reminds me of. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to remember like right away at this moment, but that's so cool, and that will be filling so much. And another thing, okay, so this is kind of funny. I had, you saw, some leftover dough, so I'm not even sure what these are. Are these breadsticks? I'm pretty sure I saw Laura do it on some video in the end of the video, and I don't know, I just made them like that and brushed the top with garlic oil. And now I have something, I don't even know what it is, but my husband liked it, so that's good. So I'm really happy that I tried this recipe. It was something that I didn't know what to expect, and I ended up loving it. It's really nice. And I do want to eat it while it's still warm. So if you want, go and check the original recipe by Laura there. The written one is in the description box down below. I really hope that this was fun and helpful, because it definitely was for me. And I'll see you in a day. Bye!